Hi guys, Dr. Drwendydearborne here from the Laws of Attraction in Action with another episode of What Dad Said. And I'm going to share this one in honor of my father today. It is his birthday today and he would have been 93 if I haven't missed my guess. So Pops, this one is for you. My father loved a good parable, honest to God. I mean, he really did love a good parable and he could pull them out at will. He loved parables from the Bible, he loved parables from his spiritual reading, and he particularly loved the parables that he made up himself. That being said, what I'm going to share with you today, I believe, but don't quote me, is a parable that had been told by Socrates. That being said, whomever and wherever it came from, it has a powerful message. Dad loved this one too. The parable is called, How Badly Do You Want It? An influential, wise old man lived on a mountainside, and near him was a beautiful, tranquil, peaceful lake. It was picturesque, it was scenic, it was serenity. It was common practice for people in the village, far and wide, to come to him, to seek his words of wisdom, to seek advice. The old man spent many hours sitting on his porch, looking over the vista, rocking to and fro in his favorite rocking chair. He spent his time contemplating. He spent his time meditating. He spent his time thinking about life, the mysteries, the universe, God, and man. One day, while he was sitting on his porch rocking, he noticed a young man on the pathway coming towards his home. The man was marching up the hill. He was tall and he was erect, and he was on a mission. When the young man stood before the wise old man looked at him politely and said, "What can I do for you?" The young man said, "I was told by many people far and wide that you are very wise. In fact, you are one of the wisest men known in these parts. They said that you could give me the secret of finding happiness and success. I want that secret and I want you to give it to me." There was silence. And there was silence for a while. The old man continued rocking to and fro. Rocking to and fro. And then he spent several moments looking at the ground, lost in thought. And then he rose quickly. Actually, so quickly, it kind of belied his agility for his age. He should have been able to move that quickly based on what he looked like. And this is a thought process that crossed the young man's mind. So the wise old man, he got up quickly and he grabbed the young man by the wrist. And this is another thing that got his attention, because the man grabbed him and he had strength in his grip. The young man thought to himself, "Hey up, this old boy's as strong as an ox." With the young man held firmly in his grasp, the wise old man led him back down the pathway that he came. He veered off and he went to the lake. As he walked, not a word was spoken. And the young man was kind of obviously confused, because the man kept walking and he kept walking towards the lake. He actually thought that this man was going to tell him something, give him something, so that, bam, hey presto, he would know this secret. But that's not how it went. The man walked to the lake, and as they approached the lake, the young man realized that this old boy's not going to stop. And he didn't. The wise old man held him firmly and took him into the lake, out into the water, and the man kept going and going further and further into the lake, and the further he went, the higher the water advanced. The water rose up to the young man's knees. The water rose up to the young man's waist. The water rose up to the young man's neck. And eventually, the old man, still having a firm grasp on the young man's arm, took him and dunked him under the water, and he held him there. The young man, completely submerged, started to struggle. The young man started to struggle because he realized he couldn't get away from the old man. And when he realized that the old man wasn't just going to dunk him and let him up, he began to fight for his life. He began to struggle in earnest. He needed to get out of the water. When the young man's struggles really became violent, at that point, the old man released him and let him up. He still had a firm hold of his arm, and he literally dragged the young man out of the lake, back up the hill to in front of his home. The wise old man sat back in his rocking chair and rocked to and fro for a moment, rocking to and fro. He was giving the young man a moment to compose himself. He was giving the young man a moment to find his composure. After several thought-provoking minutes, the wise old man looked into the young man's eyes and he said to him, "Young man, when you were in the lake, under the water, what was it that you desired most?" Having caught his breath, and with a whole lot of attitude, the young man said, "Why, you old fool, I wanted to breathe. I wanted to breathe." It was then that the wise man spoke these words. Lovingly, gently, and with force. A force that you can only know as truth. The wise old man said, "My son, when you want happiness and success in life as badly as you wanted to breathe, while I held you under the water in the lake, you will have found the secret for creating happiness and success." And this was one of my father's parables. This was one of the parables that he loved. And as I said before, he loved many. So what I'm going to say to you is, guys, how badly do you want the things that you say that you want? Do you want them badly enough as breathing? Do you want them in the same way that you want your next breath? You see, because without breath, there is no life. So the thing that you say that you want badly, you need to want it as bad as you want your life. You and it need to become one. I hope you've enjoyed another episode of What Dad Said. I'm Dr. Wendy Dearborne. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. And every time I upload a video like this and or anything else that I do on this channel, you'll be notified. And until next time, guys, peace.